Welcome back to this tutorial. Today I show you how to use cool animations in your games. There are a lot of possibilities in Buildbox, and if you can think it, you can do it. Welcome to this tutorial. Buildbox is now supporting FBX, and that pushes the Gamemaker to a higher level. And now we will make a runner game from scratch with an animated Lego brick character. On top we create a new and then we click on 3D game. And when the game is ready, we click on the 3D World UI. In the viewport, we select the default cube and then we delete the cube. And then we change a little bit from the start and the end point in our scene. We select the start point and along the Z-axis we change it into 9.5. And then we select the endpoint and then we select the ground and we change it into no ground. Now we need an object where our character is walking, and for that I want to use a building, and this building is an OBJ file, and I go to my folder and I drop in the OBJ file as an object. And I change the position and the scale from the building. And then we go to 3D model on our building and we drop in a texture. This is the texture from my building. Now we have a cool building. And now we go to our folder and drop in the Charakter FBX file with the running animation. Here we have no texture at the moment, but we can change this later. And the character is too big, so we can shrink it down a little bit. And let's do it with 0.1. For now it is okay, but later I show you how to resolve a problem, and I'm sure you will have this problem with the size of your FBX character in a game you made, okay? So we drop the character a little bit above the building. And then we change the physics from the character into dynamic. And then we select the building and change the physics from dynamic into static. And now we add the collision shape from the building. Alright, and now we go to the character node settings. So we click here. And we cut this connection. because it's a runner game only in one side, so we can change the X direction, the position factor, into 0, and also the rotation factor from X and from Y. And now we go back to our folder and we drop in the file from the character from the FBX jump animation. And this is the node that we can delete, and we cut this connection. And then we need something to control our character. So under controls we need a touch node, and we connect the start node with the touch node. And then we need a jump node. We find this under movement, and also a move node. And then we need a collision node, and we connect start node with collision node. And this collision node is to collide with the building. We also connect it with the jump node. And then on the collision node, as affected is set, we choose the building. And then we need a state machine node. And then we need 3 in and outputs in the state machine. And we connect the touch node with the pressed output. And the input, the second input from the state machine. And the output we connect with the jump node. And then we name it jump. And then we connect the touch node released output with another state machine input. And we name it run. And the output we connect with the run input. And then we connect the output from state machine 1 also with the running node input. And then we connect the output from the jump node with the animation input from the FBX animation node. State machine running output we also connect it with the move node. And then we connect the start node with the move node. And then we connect the state machine output from jump with the jump node. And then we connect the start node with the FBX run node. And the jump force, we changed the Y direction into 10 with a jump limit of 2. And then the move node, we changed the speed from the X direction. And let's try it with negative and 5. X and Y we can delete. Okay, for now we are done with the node settings. Let's go back to the 3D world. And then go to camera view, and let's change the camera view we want to use in our game, so we can rotate around. Okay, I think that looks good for now. And the camera position follow, we change it into character. That means that the camera follows a character in the game. But wait, where is the character? You see that the camera is following something, but we can't see the character. You remember after we added the character, I told you about a problem with the dimensions from the FBX file. I created this Lego character a long time ago, and it never was my plan to use him as an FBX file one day. And that's the reason I didn't make him in the correct scaling. And if you don't know how to create 3D characters, you will buy an FBX character one day in the internet without correct scaling. For that you can be sure. Buildbox shows this character in different dimensions in the viewport and in the preview. In the preview he's already there, but he's too small there, that's why we can see him. The changes from position and rotation I do now, I already tried before I made this video. That's why I know what I'm doing to get the correct dimensions. And what I did, I changed the position from the character and the scale. And then the character looks very big in the viewport, but that isn't important because you have to check it in the preview mode, and when it looks good there, then it's okay. I hope Buildbox will find a solution in future for that. And now let's give it a try in preview and have a look. The character is there. He's moving forward, but we have to rotate the character. And now we go to the character nodes. And on the FBX animation UI node, we change the rotation from the y-axis into 180 degree, and the x-axis we change into -90. And let's make a preview. And now look there, that looks great. The character is moving in the right direction, but we need to loop this walking animation. We go back to the FBX running animation node, and then we open this window here, and oh no, I'm sorry, we must go to this node here and make a check on loop and try it again. Look there, now the character is walking. But he can walk a little bit faster. So we go back to the move node, and then we change the speed from the Z direction. Let's give it a try, and that looks much better now. And now I will add a few more buildings so that we can run on the buildings and jump from one to the other building with the character. Okay, now let's click on align scenes, because I added a few more scenes to our world where I place the buildings. Now we have to add the collision shape the collision with the other buildings, so we can go to this collision node here and just duplicate it with D, and under affected asset we change this node into building number 2, and then we do the same thing with all the other buildings. And let's give it a try. Here's something we have to fix, but look there. Now we can run on the buildings and we can jump from one to the other buildings. And that looks pretty cool. The character jump isn't polished. Now we can add a few more things. We can increase that because the character is always walking after the jump, but that isn't important now. I see that in the last building I forgot to add the collision shape. Now I changed the position from the first building a little bit. So then we have contact with this building directly when we start the game. And now let's go to the character node settings and let's give him a texture. Just have my texture in my folder and just drop it in here. And let's wait a little bit. And now the texture is here. The character has some colors and that looks pretty cool. It looks like an original Lego brick character. A long time ago I made this character and it was never my plan to use him in a video game one day. And now we can change the camera view a little bit from front and from the side, and here the light, but that isn't important right now. Let's check it again. And now this is a very cool
now I want
view.
to add some coins
For
to
a
our
game.
game.
So we see the character from the front and from the
Have a
side
look at
view
this
a little bit.
Jurassic
We can see
World
his
game.
face. This is a Lego style game and I want to add some silver coin.
And he
looks pretty cool
and
with
a gold
texture.
coin.
And an animation when the character picks the coin. At first we need a new UI screen. We click on the right mouse button and adding UI screen, and we connect the output from the 3D world with this new UI screen. And I want the coin on top from this game UI. And so I drop in the PNG images for this animation, for this coin animation. And here's our coin. Shrink him down a little bit, 0.3, and move it on top. And give it a try. And it is a little bit too fast and I think a little bit too big. Let's change this. Let's change the scale into 0.2 and click here, and we change the speed into 0.7. And let's try it again. And now that looks pretty cool. Like an original Lego brickstone game, no? Okay, that's nice. And now we need a point. We need to adding a point. For that we go back to the 3D world and then we go to the asset library. And then we go to assets and we choose this point. Let's add it to the library. And when it's ready here, we can use it in the game. But at first let's settings. Here we have the node settings from this point. And we connect the connection here from the remove node. And we need to add a defeat node. We cut this connection here and we connect the output from colliding node with the defeat node. And then we need a delay node. Place it here and connect the out from defeat with the input from delay. And the output with the remove node. And then we connect also the output from the if collide node with the input from the add point node. And we change the amount of from 1 into 10. And now we need an animation node and we connect the start node with the animation node. And now we use this coin animation here, the same animation like we use on top. And now we change the size from the coin into 0.2, let's try it. And we change also the speed into 0.5 with a loop. And we cut the connection from 3D model. And we select the animation node and we duplicate it one more time. And we cut this connection and we connect it with the defeat node. And this animation node is for the animation when the character hits the coin. Now I drop in here another PNG image animation. And we change the size here into 0.2 without loop and the speed into 0.5. And now we add the coin. We add this coin into our scene. Drop it in here. And let's duplicate this coin and place it over here. And try it again. And that looks okay, but it isn't at the same way with our character. Now we have to do some changes. Okay, now let's resolve this problem. And give it a try. Okay, the character picks the coin, that works. It's on the same way, but the coin animation when the character picks the coin is a little bit too small, I think. So let's have a look. Make some changes. For that we go back to the node settings from the coin, and we go to the coin pick animation, and I forgot to check the billboard animation. Yeah, it is very small. So let's change this. But at first I add a few more coins in our scene. And let's try it here with 1 and give it a try. Yeah, that looks very cool. Very nice. And now let's add a coin counter on top of our UI screen. And we drop in a default font, and we change the function from user text into score and the amount into current. Give it a try. Now with every coin the character picks 10 points. Very nice, like in an original Lego style game. Now we can move this counter a little bit around here to place it much closer to the coin on top. And I think this is okay. Okay, now select this coin or point, and with D we duplicate this coin because we want the golden coin also like we see in the Jurassic World game. And the first we name it silver coin, and the other coin we name gold coin. And let's go to the node settings from the gold coin, and here we change the animation. We check billboard animation. And then we go to the add point node and change the amount into 100 because the golden coin brings a little bit more. And we delete this animation, and now I drop in the golden coin animation. It is the same animation, but only with another color. And now, because it's a new image, we have to do all the changes again. The speed into 0.5 and the scale into 0.2. And then the coin pick animation, we delete the other animation at first, and we drop in the new one. And here also we have to change it again. The speed into 0.5. And now let's place a few coins in our scene. And now we can change the camera view a little bit, because in a 3D game we have a lot of possibilities. Let's try this. And rotate it a little bit and zoom out and give it a try. And look there. That looks pretty cool. But to make a game like that, you have to use a light above the character to show a shadow. Okay, I see that the golden coin isn't correct on the way from the character. But let's change the camera view a little bit more. And rotate it and have a look. Yeah, that looks much better now. Okay, but I will fix this problem now with the coin adjustment. Give me one moment, please. Okay, and now let's check it out. Now I have a few silver coins and a few gold coins in every scene. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And now you know that you can make a Lego game in Buildbox. A lot of amazing tutorials are coming soon. If you found this tutorial was helpful, give it a like. And if you want to see more of my great tutorials, then subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.